Welcome to this training video on setting up classes on Dr. Frost. To do this, you want to go up to the menu and then drop down to Classes and Settings, and then that will take you to this page here. You can see there's a few options for the bulk import. You can import from Bromcom or Wand, which supports Sims, or you can import by Spreadsheet. That's the option that I'm going to show you today. So to import by spreadsheet, first thing you'll need to do is just download this spreadsheet file here and add information, students' first names, last names, the class you want them to be in, their year group, and then also an option if you want to give them their school email at this stage. Then you're just going to select your file and then decide which mode you need to do your upload from. So the default mode is the mode that you choose at the very beginning of the school year, where you want to add all of your students in one go. But just be aware when you use this option, all of the existing class groupings will be removed and it will wipe the class list for the whole school. So just be careful of that if you're midway through the school year. I want to just show you the way to add 3 classes, so I'm going to choose this second option here. You can use this option if you just want to add new classes or new students, but it's going to leave all of the other accounts alone. Now, I'll click preview just to check that I'm happy with what Dr. Frost is going to do. So I can see I've got my potions class, which is a year 7 year group. It's got an option whether they want to reuse the existing account. So essentially DFM is going to find if that student already exists somewhere in your school and it will just ID them. So then I've got potions, charms and herbology. Yes, these students are students at Bogwart School. These are not real students. So I'm happy with my preview, so I'm just going to select my file again, and now this time I'm going to hit execute. Okay, so this message here is just essentially saying that if I've given the students their email address, then they're now going to get a notification from Dr. Frost for them to activate their accounts. If not, then they're going to get a username and a password. This is actually the setting that I went for because my students don't have real email addresses. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to export it to Excel so that I can share those passwords with the students. So let's have a look at one of my classes. So if I go up to select a class, I can see my potions class exists now. So let's go in there. So here's the username that DFM has given them and their password. And up here is class options, and there's my option just to export to Excel. That's an easy way to share the information with my students. Okay, so from here, I've now got some extra things that I can do. So they're already assigned to year 7, that was in the spreadsheet, but they're not yet assigned to a teacher. So I can just click on none and let's give them teacher of Albus Dumbledore. I can also assign them to a course. So for these students, if I click into my potential courses that I can give them, I've got a year 7 course, a GCSE higher course, and a year 9 course there. So I'm going to give them the year 7 course. This is actually the White Rose Maths course that's already just available on Dr. Frost. So I can click OK. Now there's a few other things that I can do. If I select a particular student, for example, Pat, I can now see that there's apply action has become available. So if I go here, I can see that obviously I can edit their details, I can change their password, I can remove them from a class. But a handy thing that you might find that you need to do partway through the year is move students. So for example, maybe Pat's ready to go to a different class, so I can just click move class, and then I can select which class I'd like him to go to. So he's going to go to my charms class. I can either move him directly to the charms class, or you can see I've got an option to add him to that class, but also leave him in potions. So I'm going to move Pat Logan to my charms class, click go, and then I can double check that that's happened correctly. If I go into charms, then Pat Logan is now appearing.